I have just got this adapter for car cigarette plug. It's an extension which also has two USB ports and also has three ports here. So if you only have one plug available on your car, you can now have three plugs and also two built-in USB chargers. The specifications are very clear, mostly in Chinese, as you can read here, but we get some English, and 3.4 amps current for the USB shared between them. So let's take a look and also test it to see if it has at least 1 amp charging current, which is more important. The cable seems to be resistant. There are some chargers which have a very thin wire. Those do not support very high currents. This has a specification of 120 watts. It's shared between these three ports because a car cigarette plug has a power of around 100 to 150 watts. Generally they do have around 120 watts, otherwise it will burn your car fuse for the cigarette lighter. The USB ports can be seen here. It has a LED, and here we only have 2.4 amps and 1 amp, so it's not shared. It should be two separate ports with different charging currents. We'll see how that works. I'm going to use the 12-volt battery and some alligator clips. This, and if I plug it in, it has a dazzling blue light. And now I'm gonna use a phone and a tablet and a small charging USB charging checker of the output voltage, and going to use cable, USB cable now, and plug it into the phone. The phone is charging and it takes around half an amp, but this is the current this phone takes when charging. It will not take a bigger current. I'm also going to try with this phone, which goes over 1 amp sometimes when it's charging. So let's see in this case, and we get 0.8 amps, which is more. And if we check the other port, it's still the same current. And also let's check this USB tablet, USB port of this tablet. The tablet is now charging and only half an amp. Let's see how it goes simultaneously with two USB cables charging two devices. You can see the current has also increased. It varies up to 1.5 amps. It depends on the device power usage. If the screen comes on, it will go over an amp. And let's also charge the phone. And the device doesn't have a problem. I don't register a voltage drop over the USB, so it has a good regulation of the voltage. It's close to 5 volts. It also has a bit over its 5.1 volts, but is accepted as USB cables have some voltage drop. Seems to be a good charger. These ports are regular ports, not much to talk about them. So you can plug in other adapters. So this is it. It was cheap and seems to work fine. Bye bye.